Thank you, Bob. Next, we will hear from Arianna Ortiz, a high school student who has participated in our Youth Leadership Initiative, or InIt, this school year. Please welcome Arianna.
Welcome. My name is Arianna Ortiz-Dixon. I live with my mother and my little sister in Jamaica Plain. I'm presently a freshman at Boston Latin Academy, and I'm 15 years young. I'm preparing for a distinguished future and a worthy degree from a respected university. I've been doing karate since the age of 4, and I'm currently a black belt and teaching others. I'm an InIt participant. Thank you. I'm an InIt participant. I come from a single, working-class, ambitious parent who has done everything to ensure that I will have a successful future, instill dignity and ethics in me, but most importantly, she has loved me unconditionally. Even though it's always been my mom and I, against the world, there was always one man to patch me back together when I felt broken, yell at me when I became blind of reality, and provide a shoulder to cry on when I felt desolate. This man is Shihan Cornell Patterson, or as I address him in karate, master teacher. I'm truly grateful for his words of wisdom, his support, and his love for me. If there's one thing that I learned from my father figure, Shihan, it's that you can't hope for something to happen, you have to plan on it. Shihan taught me the importance of having drive, dedication, knowledge, and the power of resiliency. Resiliency is having the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. See, I told you that I come from Jamaica Plain. In the heart of Jamaica Plain, there used to be a Latin American supermarket by the name of Hilo. Most of my adolescence was spent with my grandma, who lived on Ashley Street in JP. My grandma and I would walk to Hilo almost every day so we could buy things to make traditional foods like sancocho, mangú, plátano con bacalao, arepa, and other dishes. Hilo was the store for people of all Latin origins to purchase foods from their home countries in Latin America or the Caribbean islands. Very recently, Hilo was replaced with a Whole Foods. This angered many people in the community as well as myself. The product of gentrification became clearer in my community, and it motivated me enough to engage in activism. Coincidentally, the opportunity presented itself. Last year, a woman named Christy Luke from YW Boston visited my class and told us about InIt. She described it as a social justice program for teenagers. In general, InIt is a program that's designed to familiarize teenagers all over the greater Boston area with unspoken injustices and inequities within our communities and beyond. This program brings together a group of youth from diverse backgrounds. Also, InIt helped develop important skills we need to excel. Most importantly, InIt shows us how masses of people of all races, gender, sexual orientation, disabilities, age, and identification can all work together to advance in society despite their differences. I was unaware of this perspective until I became a part of InIt. Specifically, there was one program day focused on discussing race and class that really struck home. We were asked questions like who benefits from certain policies and who's excluded, and why were some sections of cities poorer than others. To be honest, guys, at that moment, I did not have any answers to those questions. But I was not alone. We were lucky enough to have Suzanne Lee tell us about her personal experiences with teaching at a time when racial tensions were high in Boston. Between learning about redlining and the busing crisis, now I'm in a position where I can make the connection between the history of Boston and gentrification that's so present in my community. Small businesses that were once in JP are now gone. the number of unemployment grew beyond imagination in the last couple of years. The saddest thing of all is that the neighbors that I grew up with can no longer afford to live in my community. InIt taught me that in situations like this, where we see the problem and know what it traces back to, more people need to challenge the status quo if we wish to make a difference in society. I propose that the most crucial way to challenge the status quo is through asking questions. I suggest that fate lies in the quality of the questions. InIt has made it clear to me that educating ourselves is the first step. The second step is to use your knowledge and education to become a leader or create leaders. InIt creates delegates that then go back to their schools, create social justice clubs, raise awareness, and share newfound knowledge. InIt has made me feel invincible in a sense where I can now recognize the knowledge within me and the power I have to make a difference in my community, my country, and the world. The same applies for everyone in this room. Henceforth, I challenge everyone in this room to put your thoughts into action. Be more resilient. Try not to fall apart from the misfortunes of society. InIt showed me that we reject the status quo if we want to see better results from the society we live in. Please continue to educate yourselves and others. Remain involved. And thank you for supporting programs like InIt that are creating the future leaders of tomorrow. Once again, thank you.